Hey everybody, I'm your guide and welcome to the wonderful world of Wonderbox. Now, if you're anything like me, you probably spent a good chunk of your childhood on a playground. I'm talking monkey bars, swings, maybe even a rusty old slide that gave you tetanus. Good times, right? Playgrounds are like the ultimate kid hangout spot. They give kids a chance to burn off all that energy that makes them bounce off the walls and, let's be honest, keeps us parents up all night. Plus, they're a great place for parents to meet, while the kids are busy creating their own little Lord of the Flies situation. But here's the thing, not all playgrounds are created equal. Some of them are just, well, plain boring. But then there are the special ones, the ones that are so unique and awesome, they make you want to be a kid again, tetanus shots and all. So buckle up because we're about to take a wild ride to the 15 most unique playgrounds around the world. First up, we're heading to St. Louis, Missouri, home of the Gateway Arch and some seriously awesome barbecue. But forget all that for a second because we're here for the Monstrous City. This place is like if Willy Wonka designed a playground and instead of chocolate, he used old airplanes and fire trucks. Seriously, this place has it all. A giant castle turret, a fire engine you can actually climb inside, and not one, but two airplanes just begging to be explored. It's enough to make you wish you were a kid again. Although maybe with a little less tetanus risk this time around. And the best part, it's all part of the City Museum, which is basically a giant playground for all ages. So even if you don't have kids, you can still unleash your inner child and swing from the rafters. Next, we're jetting off to Japan, the land of the rising sun, sushi, and apparently some seriously cool playgrounds. We're talking about Takino Suzuran Hillside National Park in Sapporo, a place where the flowers are always blooming and the playground equipment looks like it's sprouted straight from the earth. Forget your boring old swing sets and slides. This place is all about blending seamlessly into the natural landscape. We're talking giant wooden structures that look like they were built by elves, slides that wind through fields of wildflowers, and swings that let you soar through the air like a majestic, well, you get the picture. It's basically the perfect place to let your kids run wild and reconnect with nature, all while pretending you're on a magical quest through a mystical forest. All right, all you foodies out there, this one's for you. We're heading to Liljeholmen, Sweden, where the playgrounds are inspired by, wait for it, fruit. That's right, the Fruit and Scent Playground is a sensory overload in the best possible way. Imagine a world where you can climb on giant strawberries, swing from blueberry vines, and slide down a banana peel, hopefully without slipping. And the best part, it's not just a feast for the eyes, but for the nose too. The playground is filled with fragrant plants and flowers, so you can literally stop and smell the roses, or the giant inflatable pineapple. Just try not to get too hungry while you're there, although if you do happen to take a bite out of a giant plastic apple, we won't judge. Chapter 4. The Diana, Princess of Wales Memorial Playground, fit for royalty and pirates. Our next stop takes us to London, England, where we're visiting a playground fit for a princess, literally. The Diana, Princess of Wales Memorial Playground is a magical place inspired by the stories of Peter Pan, which, let's be honest, is a pretty great theme for a playground. We're talking a giant pirate ship just begging to be conquered, teepees where you can let your imagination run wild, and even a sensory trail that will have your kids feeling like they're lost in Neverland. It's the perfect place to honor Princess Diana's legacy while letting your kids embrace their inner child and maybe even their inner pirate. Just try to keep the second star to the right and straight on till morning, talk to a minimum, unless you want your kids trying to fly off to Neverland for real. Chapter 5. Clemmy-Jontry Park. Where everyone can play, now we're heading to McLean, Virginia, where inclusivity is the name of the game. Clemmy-Jontry Park is a playground designed for children of all abilities, meaning everyone can join in on the fun, regardless of their physical limitations. We're talking wheelchair-accessible swings, ramps that lead to every nook and cranny, and even a carousel that can accommodate wheelchairs. But it's not just about accessibility, it's about creating a space where everyone feels welcome and included. There are sensory play areas for kids with autism, braille signs for the visually impaired, and even special areas for kids with mobility issues. It's basically a giant reminder that playgrounds are for everyone and that everyone deserves to experience the joy of swinging high in the sky, regardless of their abilities. Chapter 6. Blaxland Riverside Park, a playground down under. G'day, mates. We're heading down under to Sydney, Australia, where the sun is always shining and the playgrounds are as vast as the outback. We're talking about Blaxland Riverside Park, a sprawling playground with more play zones than you can shake a stick at. We're talking a giant climbing tower that will have your kids feeling like they're conquering Mount Everest, a water play area that's perfect for cooling off on a hot day, and even a giant slide that will have you screaming crikey all the way down. And if that's not enough, there's also a bike track, a skate park, and even a picnic area because, let's be real, all that playing is bound to work up an appetite. Chapter 7. The Walhalla Scaling New Heights of Fun. Hold on tight because we're about to climb the walls. Literally. We're heading to Purmerend, Netherlands, home of the Walhalla, a playground that's not afraid of heights. This vertical playground is basically a giant climbing frame that stretches up, and away, maximizing play space in a small area. We're talking climbing walls, rope bridges, slides that wind their way down from dizzying heights, and even a giant net that will have you feeling like Spider-Man. It's the perfect place for kids to burn off some energy, conquer their fear of heights, and maybe even get a little exercise while they're at it. Just be sure to pack a parachute, just in case. Chapter 8. Teardrop Park, an urban oasis for city slickers. Concrete jungle getting you down? Well, pack your bags because we're heading to New York City, where even the playgrounds are larger than life. Teardrop Park is an urban oasis nestled in the heart of the city. A place where you can escape the hustle and bustle and let your kids run wild among unique rock formations, splash around in water features, and even conquer a giant slide that seems to go on forever. It's the perfect place to let your kids reconnect with nature, even if that nature is surrounded by skyscrapers. And hey, if you're lucky, you might even spot a celebrity or two while you're there. Just try not to get trampled by the paparazzi. Chapter 9. Nishi-Rokugo Park, where tires get a second life and kids get a second wind. Ever wonder what happens to old tires? Well, in Tokyo, Japan, they turn them into playgrounds. Nishi-Rokugo Park, also known as Tire Park, is a testament to recycling and creativity. This playground is made entirely out of recycled tires, and we're not just talking about a few swings here and there. We're talking tire sculptures, tire swings, tire tunnels, tire mountains. You name it, they've made it out of tires. It's the perfect place to let your kids bounce, climb, and swing to their heart's content, all while learning about the importance of recycling. Just be sure to pack a good air freshener because all those tires can get a little fragrant. Next stop, Paris, the city of love, lights and playgrounds. That's right, we're heading to the Parc de la Villette, a cultural park with themed playgrounds that will have your kids saying, ooh la la. We're talking a dragon slide that will have them feeling like they're soaring through the air, a bamboo maze that will test their navigation skills, and even a giant climbing frame that looks like it belongs in a science fiction movie. And the best part, it's all set against the backdrop of the stunning Parisian skyline. It's the perfect place to let your kids explore, discover, and maybe even learn a little French while they're at it. Just be sure to pack a baguette and a beret, for authenticity. Who needs fancy playground equipment when you have imagination? At the Adventure Playground in Berkeley, California, kids are encouraged to build their own fun using tools, recycled materials, and a whole lot of creativity. We're talking forts made out of old pallets, swings made out of tires, and even zip lines made out of, well, you'll just have to see for yourself. It's the perfect place to let your kids embrace their inner engineer, artist, and adventurer, all while learning about the importance of resourcefulness and teamwork. Just be sure to pack a first aid kit because, let's be real, things can get a little wild when you're building your own playground. Hold on to your hats because we're about to enter a world of whimsy and wonder. We're heading to Copenhagen, Denmark, home of the Monstrum Playgrounds, where the only limit is your imagination. These playgrounds are known for their artistic and imaginative designs, and we're not just talking about your average slides and swings. We're talking giant spiders, sunken ships, towering rockets, and even a giant wooden troll that looks like it stepped straight out of a fairy tale. It's the perfect place to let your kids' imaginations run wild and create their own adventures. Just be sure to pack a camera because you're going to want to capture these Instagram-worthy moments. Ever dreamed of playing in the clouds? Well, at the Highline Park in New York City, you can do just that. This elevated park built on a historic freight rail line offers stunning views of the city, but it also has some pretty awesome play features too. We're talking a water feature that's perfect for cooling off on a hot day, a viewing platform that will have you feeling like you're on top of the world, and even a few swings where you can soar through the air with the city skyline as your backdrop. It's the perfect place to experience the best of both worlds, the excitement of the city and the tranquility of nature. Just be sure to wear comfortable shoes because there's a lot of ground to cover. Buckle up because we're going futuristic. We're heading to Moscow, Russia to visit Zaryadye Park, a park that's so high-tech it's practically from the future. This park has interactive play zones that will have your kids feeling like they've stepped into a video game. We're talking a floating bridge that seems to defy gravity, an ice cave where you can experience sub-zero temperatures, and even a giant media screen that interacts with visitors. It's the perfect place to let your kids experience the cutting edge of technology and design, all while having a blast. Just be sure to charge your phone because you're going to want to document this futuristic adventure. Our final stop takes us back to Copenhagen, Denmark, where we're visiting Superkillen Park, a playground that celebrates diversity and global unity. This park features playground equipment from all over the world, reflecting the multicultural makeup of the local community. We're talking swings from India, slides from Ethiopia, and even a climbing frame from Japan. It's the perfect place to teach your kids about different cultures and to show them that no matter where you're from, everyone loves to play. Plus, it's a great excuse to travel the world without ever leaving the playground. And there you have it, folks, the 15 most unique playgrounds from around the world. From recycled tires to futuristic floating bridges, these playgrounds prove that when it comes to having fun, the only limit is your imagination. So next time you're planning a trip, why not add one of these incredible play spaces to your itinerary? You might just find yourself feeling like a kid again yourself. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more amazing adventures from Wonderbox. Until next time, happy playing!